Well, hey, a big welcome back to the channel, and you join us in Albania for our last week before we head into North Macedonia. We've had some great off-grid camping, we've visited some top places, but you know, there's always a little problem waiting around the next corner. And I just want to say before we get on with the video that we endeavour to share our tiny home on wheels and our travels with you week in, week out. And I'm all for a bit of constructive feedback, a bit of banter in the comments, but we've had some negative and personal comments lately. If you don't like the content, unsubscribe, don't watch us, and to everyone else, big thank you for all the continued support. Now let's get on with the video. Well, morning guys. Well, again, another blissfully quiet night here last night.
The stars were incredible, and we could actually see the Milky Way just sort of going across like that. It was,
yeah, that was really good. So we've driven through the Hotova National Park, and we're kind of just sitting on the edge of it right now. And we're heading north from here up to the sort of bypass, and there's another national park called the Tomori Mountain National Park, which again is just like this, lots of tracks through it, but on just sort of northwest of there is a place called Berat, and we're going to stop there actually because it's a bit of a sort of tourist attraction. It's the
town of 1,000 windows.
That's it.
Lots of Ottoman architecture, big windows, and the river that we're on now also runs through. We'll follow this river all the way there today.
Yeah, so I think we're going to maybe stop there for a night.
Do some do some shopping. We're down to the dregs. We actually had to open a tin of pineapple yesterday because we've got no fruit.
Yeah.
And I just think we'll run out of milk today.
Yeah, but it's worth it though. I mean, I don't know if I'll fake the light, but...
Oh, the view here is just...
Window is absolutely filthy, but
I mean, for us it's a perfect stop. It's quiet. We've got everything we need. There's a signal, so we did some work yesterday. We've been able to get level. Yeah, the small things in life, but they all make a difference.
Absolutely. We've got a cup of tea in the go.
Yeah.
Well, just to my left is the most incredible canyon. I think Izzy's got the best seat in the house today. And it is really, really impressive. The 26-kilometre canyon was formed between 2 and 3 million years ago by water erosion. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the road, otherwise I get told off. With an altitude of 450 metres and at one point narrows to only 1.5 metres.
Every so often you get a little glimpse down and you can just see the sparkling water at the bottom, but it is quite a long way down. Yeah, there. Yeah.
We park up, take advantage of the viewpoint, and we're not disappointed. We stand in awe at the power of Mother Nature, spotting fig trees and simply appreciating the tranquility, whilst feeling very small. We got back on the road, and it's hard to believe we've got the whole canyon all to ourselves. Right, well, we're just coming into Berat. Fantastic drive today, but really, really slow. I mean, the road wasn't exactly busy, but the quality of the road was dreadful. So really, really bumpy. Just took our time and enjoyed the scenery. But yeah, this is looking promising actually.
These are the famous houses, the Ottoman houses.
Yeah. Right, we're at Berat, and we've actually come on to, it's called a campsite, but it's more like an air. 15 euros a night, but it's got electric and water on each pitch, which is great. There's obviously toilets and showers there. It's pretty new actually, so there's only probably about 10 spaces here, but it's ideal. It's probably 7 or 8 minutes out of the town by scooter. So I've dropped the scooter. It's covered in dust, as you can imagine, after the last few days, so I'm just going to give it a wash and then we're going to head into town have a little explore and get some food shopping. Okay, this is how lazy we are tonight. All right, hands up. Okay, we ordered pizza. First time we have ever ordered pizza in over 5 years of being on the road.
To be delivered to the truck.
To be delivered here. We were going to go out, but we had a bit of a storm. It was pouring down, so we just said, okay, look.
He wants to go out on the scooter when it's
let's not. Okay, so we actually ordered pizza. Really cheap. 2 big pizzas, €9.
I might do a pizza recipe for the cookbook.
Pineapple or no pineapple?
Pineapple.
Okay.
Can't have pizza without pineapple. It's not a real pizza.
Anyway, come on. Pepperoni is where it's at. Oh yes. Well, we're just getting a little bit of admin sorted out today. We've got 3 loads of washing done, which is great. It's like a Chinese laundry there. But yeah, it's hot today. It's about 26 degrees. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. And we're into the 2nd week of October. You just don't expect those temperatures in October. We're not complaining, it's lovely. So I think the plan really is to, we're just doing a little bit of work in between those few little jobs, and then we'll jump on the scooter, I don't know, sort of mid-afternoon, and go into town, have a coffee, and be tourists for the rest of the day. Okay, short scooter ride, and we're at Beara Castle. After exploring the town within the castle walls and the old Ottoman buildings, we jump on the Go Anywhere scoot and head back to the truck, stopping for a few essentials along the way. Well, morning guys. Well, I've said it so many times, but there is never a dull moment on the road. I was just loading the scooter this morning and raising it, and the steel cable on the hoist actually snapped. And on inspection, the cable's actually rusted, and obviously it's under a bit of pressure. It's exposed to the elements, so about 99% of the cable is fine, and then one little bit of it is rusted, and obviously under a bit of pressure it's just giving up the ghost. I certainly wasn't expecting that. The saving grace was the rack was only about a foot off the ground, so it sort of dropped to the ground. Nobody was hurt, so that's the good thing. I carry a block and chain in case of such emergencies, but I much prefer to sort problems on the road where possible. There's a DIY store about 2 k's from here, so I think the plan is, it's closed today, it's a Sunday, the plan is to haul up here tonight, nip down there in the morning, get a new bit of cable. I've just had a look, I can do the work myself, so that's not a problem. Get that replaced and get on the road. We make dinner for the evening and chill. Well, morning all. Well, tools are out. I've been up to the hardware store and I've got what I need, which is great. €2. So yeah, bit of a bargain. So I'm just in the middle of installing that, which shouldn't take too long, and then hopefully we will be on our way. I've gone overkill on the clamps. Better to be safe than sorry, and hopefully I can get it crimped once back in the UK. And after a bit of testing, we get loaded up and hit the road. Right, well, we've just stopped by the roadside at a little shop for some basics. So we're 2 hours into our drive today, and it's just been a picture all the way through, and we're just slowly meandering through the countryside, enjoying the fields of olive trees, and the pomegranate trees are in such abundance right now, and there's oranges, apples, pears. We're actually in southeastern Albania, heading towards Lake Ohrid, and we're not actually too far. I think we're probably about 20 minutes from our overnight stop, which we think we can get to, but until you get there, you never quite know. Okay, we may have a problem. new road. Okay, so a little spot by the river didn't work. It was too tight. We had to drive through a little village, and it just wasn't going to happen. So we decided to carry on, and we just couldn't get anywhere else by the river. It was really frustrating. Gorgeous river, but we just couldn't get to it. It was just too steep, and there was no tracks down. So we're carrying on, and we're hoping that we've got somewhere on the mountain, but again, we're not too sure. So we're only about 2 minutes away, so let's see.
Nah, it's not here.
Well, we're having a right day of it today. All our little intended stops didn't work out. So we've actually driven a lot further today than we intended to. So been on the road now for about nearly 4 hours. We've actually made it all the way to Lake Ohrid, and we're just driving down a little track right now to try to get to a little park up. I think it's quite a popular little park up, so we will see. Right, we've got somewhere finally, and it is fantastic. There's a few of the vans here, a few of the campers. That's fine. It's out of season, so I think it's pretty quiet. There's a hotel just that way, but there's not much happening there. So I think all in all, it's going to be pretty quiet. But have a look at this place. Well, it's fair to say the weather is definitely changing, and the temperatures are certainly changing. Nighttime temperatures down to about sort of 12 to 14 degrees highest. I think in a couple of days time it's down to about 9 degrees. So yeah, we're sort of feeling it, and daytime temperatures are hitting about 21, 22 maybe. So I'm going to go for a little dip. Izzy?
It's too cold for me. I have to be really hot to want to go in, and I'm not.
You let me down.
Sorry.
You let the side down.
Sorry.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No, it's not happening. I'm not going in.
Directly across Lake Ohrid from where we're parked is North Macedonia, with the border somewhere in the middle of the lake. But for now, with that crystal clear water glistening, there's only one thing for it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. But yeah, swimming with a camera in your hand never works. Well, morning all.
Morning.
We have
Weather's changing.
I was going to say we have a change of weather.
I've got a cardigan on. Look, we bought our first tangerines, satsumas, whatever you call them, this week. No more nectarines.
No, but no more blue sky for the time being. So, last day in Albania. We're heading into North Macedonia this morning. Got a couple of things to do. I mean, we've had so many great stops that we're kind of out of food, out of alcohol.
Yeah, out of water, out of money.
Yeah.
Out of data.
Yeah, so bit of an admin day actually, bit of a sort of obviously transit through the border, and then lots of admin to sort out.
Yeah.
And some food shopping.
And the currencies here, so the Albanian lek and the North Macedonian Dinar, I think it's called.
Yeah.
They're closed, so you can't change them in or out of the country, or not legally anyway. So we have to try and shed some of our Albanian money this morning before we cross the border.
Yeah, maybe some fuel.
There's a petrol station on the way. I'm hoping that they might have lots of sweeties. We can buy like a 2-month supply of sweeties with all our Albanian money.
But what I wanted to do this morning was actually put my hand up and say, I think in the first couple of Albanian videos, there maybe wasn't a huge amount of enthusiasm. There was a little bit of, not
We
quite
weren't
sure.
really feeling the love, were we?
No, but obviously we had a little break in Corfu. We've come back, and since we've come back into the country, it's been fantastic. I've really, really enjoyed it, and I, for one, would definitely come back, and I'll definitely come back and explore it on a motorcycle.
I think the key for us is that everything south of Tirana is where we've enjoyed it the most. It's the most beautiful scenery, the people are very friendly. The rubbish situation here is actually not as bad as it is in the north of the country.
I've loved the national parks.
And all the good stuff to do is in the south as well, so, or most of it anyway.
Yeah, and actually the wild camping has been pretty, on the whole,
it's been very good.
Superb. There's some reasonable campsites. I mean, we haven't really stopped in campsites, but you know, for example, there's a campsite just down the road here. You can drive right past them, you can see them, because normally it's on the roadside, but we just don't need to stop in campsites. So, but we've spoken to lots of people who've said, actually they've been, and the people have been really helpful. So yeah, on the whole, I've put my hand up and say a much better experience.
Yeah, I would say definitely come to Albania, but focus more on the south of the country once you get past Tirana. That's been our experience anyway.
But we're sort of mid-October, and I have to say, I think one of the things that has made it so good has been the weather.
Yeah.
And it's cooling down now at night.
We're just sort of starting to say, God, what's it going to be like as we head north? We know that we're in for some weather, and I think we're in for a bit of a shock because we're not acclimatised to it.
I can see already on social media, you know, people putting images up and little videos up where it's pouring down, the first frost, the first snow. It's thinking, what? You know, this is unreal.
I think because we spent the first 3 months of the year in Morocco, we've just almost had constant sunshine for 9 months now, and it's been amazing.
Apart from the storms and the Dolomites.
Yeah, but they were on and off, and we had some good weather, and it wasn't cold.
Yeah.
But yes, I've got leggings on today, socks, a cardigan.
The other thing I would say is we've met some incredible people whilst we've been in Albania. It's a bit of a magnet. I think people still see it as that sort of last wilderness. People come here specifically to try and get away from normal Europe, I suppose.
And there's still some good tracks that you could do with a motorhome or a van. You know, lots of canyons. That's a real feature here. Lots of interesting places. Water and canyons seem to be a really big thing here. And the water is so clear. I mean, this lake is just like I've never seen anything like it.
The water coming into it is actually not from other rivers, but from underground springs. And when you look at the size of it, you think, wow, there must be a lot of underground springs. It's quite impressive.
I think we'll probably do a little video about what you need to know before coming to Albania in terms of SIM cards and passports and all of those sorts of things at some point. But for now, maybe we should just say thank you to all the amazing people who we've met in Albania, because it really has been an absolute pleasure. Albanians and travellers like us alike.
It's been excellent.
And so. North Macedonia, here we come.
And here's to the next off-road track.
Yeah, maybe. Let's go.